How would you react if I told you that a 55-year-old woman with no job, no family and friends, not even a romantic relationship, and no support made a 180-degree turn? She had no proper clothes to wear, her car was falling apart, and her bank account was totally depleted. But, in a matter of months, her life changed completely. In a matter of months, she was receiving a generous amount of money. Now she had a new car, clothes, and apartment. She got everything that she wanted on her list of desires. You might be wondering if she got a decent job, but that was not the case with her. She wasn't doing anything to earn her daily bread. Now you might be shocked by this. You would say it was a miracle, she became lucky. But that was not the case. It was not luck, as a common man thinks. She did something extraordinary. She did something that changed her life completely. You might wonder, and you might want to know what she did. Well, she did something very simple. Even a 5-year-old kid can do this. She just repeated 3 words, and these 3 words changed her life completely. It is so easy, and it gives massive results. I found this out while reading Neville Goddard's lecture. Yes, your favorite Neville Goddard, who shared his wisdom on manifestation. While reading a lecture, I came across this story of a woman who just repeated these 3 words a few times every day for 2 months, and those words were, "Isn't it wonderful?" Yes, a simple sentence that only consisted of 3 words, "Isn't it wonderful?" changed her life completely. After hearing this, you would think, well, it's so simple, let's try it out. But you have to be careful when using it because you might not see results. Just because that lady got the results does not mean that you will get them too if you don't understand the science behind it. You may read countless articles, watch countless videos, and hear countless stories, but that does not mean you will have the same results as other people, because you don't go deep enough to understand why it worked. But you don't have to worry, as I will share with you exactly what was behind these 3 words that made it possible for her. As I told you, she was a student of Neville Goddard. She attended her lectures for almost a year. But even after attending all his lectures, she never put her imagination to the test. Almost a year has passed, and she is out of her job. She has no support from family or friends, and she lacks many things in her life. Her desire list was long. In short, she wanted everything. In such a situation, she thought she had nothing to lose, so she gave her imagination a try. In one of the lectures, she heard Neville tell the story of a person who captured the feeling of "Isn't it wonderful?" As her list of desires was pretty long, she gave it a shot. She began to apply this idea to her case. Now, instead of imagining a scene for every desire, she tried to capture the feeling that something wonderful was happening to her. It was not like something wonderful was happening tomorrow or next week, but it was happening right now at this present moment. She persuaded her to move into a feeling of experiencing something wonderful in the present moment. She would say over and over to herself, "Isn't it wonderful?" while falling asleep. Every night on her bed, she was like, "Isn't it wonderful that something marvelous is happening to me right now?" And as she fell asleep, she would feel different than she felt in the past few years. With faith and persistence, she repeated this imaginary act for 2 months every night. Even though her 3D was showing her different things, she persisted in reaching that feeling and staying there as she fell asleep. Then one day she met a friend of hers. She hadn't seen her for months, and he was going to New York. This lady lived in New York many years ago, and they talked about the city and the places, and after that, they parted ways. 1 month later, this man called her apartment and handed her a certified check in her name for $25,000. After seeing this, she was completely shocked, as the amount was big for her at the time. And it was from a friend that she knew 25 years ago. Now she knows that this friend of hers in the last 25 years has become extremely wealthy. While on his trip to New York, he talked to a mutual friend and decided to share a portion of his wealth with her. For almost 2 years, she received monthly checks from his office that not only covered her basic requirements, but it was such a good amount that she got all the lovely things she desired. She got a car, clothes, a spacious apartment, and everything she wanted. Then afterwards, she received a letter and some legal papers that needed to be signed that provided her with the continuation of this monthly income for the rest of her physical life. She didn't have to work for it. She got what she wanted by just repeating these 3 words. Now you may wonder if you can do it too. Of course, you can do it, but you have to keep this one thing in mind, as everything depends on it. The point is that you have to get into a state where something wonderful is happening to you. For that lady, she landed up in the feeling of the state of the wish fulfilled by repeating these words. These words generated a feeling within her, and she stayed with this feeling while she was falling asleep. Now she did this for many days, and by feeling that state, she changed her dominant assumption. As her dominant assumption changed, a bridge of incidents took place that manifested what she wanted. That bridge of incidents matched her feeling state and shifted her to a reality where what she was feeling was reflected back to her physically. The key point here is the feeling. You have to tap into this new feeling of having your desire, as this feeling state changes your dominant assumption, which in turn will change your reality. The outer world is just a reflection of your feelings and assumptions. So, if your goal is material, if your goal is to get something physically in the external world, then you have to focus on changing the feeling first. Whether you are manifesting something specific or you have a list of desire, you just have to change your present state, which you can do by either picturing something or affirming something. Whatever works best for you, just try it. Just before going to sleep, get yourself relaxed and start feeling the state by imagining something that makes you feel wonderful. Just repeat, "Isn't it wonderful? Something marvelous is happening in my reality." Repeat this phrase, feel the feeling, and repeat it for a few weeks. One day you will automatically leave doing this. You will automatically feel like it is done. And then you will forget it. But after some time, something would happen, and you would manifest the thing you desired in your reality. And at that time, you would remember what you did in your imagination in the past. You would feel joyful. You would feel goosebumps that your imagined act had become a reality. You would unlock that power within you, and you would tell everyone that it happened. It works. Some people would not believe you and point out the incidents that got you to your desired reality. But you would know that it happened because you changed your state. You changed your dominant assumptions. And now you have it. So, just repeat your imaginal acts. Don't compare your journey with another. Don't complain that 3D is not matching or that nothing is happening. Just be consistent with your imaginal act and feel the feeling of the wish fulfilled. The external does not matter. The real you wants that feeling. He is not concerned with the physical thing. So, just do it. If you are someone who wants to manifest a call from a specific person, then I have made a video regarding it. It includes a guided meditation that helped people manifest a call from their specific person. You can find it by clicking on the first video that appears at the end of the screen.